Modern air warfare is no longer determined by tight maneuvers or close-range duels. Most engagements now occur at distances of tens, even hundreds of kilometers. In many cases, the pilots never see each other. Victory is no longer decided by who can turn the fastest. It is decided by who detects first. Because of this, fifth-generation fighters are no longer just weapons platforms, they have become airborne sensor systems. Within this context, attention has once again turned to one Russian aircraft, the Su-57. Russia has recently delivered another batch of these aircraft to its aerospace forces. On its own, that is not unusual military news. What matters is what it represents. The delivery indicates that the Su-57 has moved beyond experimentation. It is now being treated as an operational component of doctrine. For military analysts, that shift is far more important than the number of aircraft involved. The Su-57 is often compared to the F-22 and the F-35. The comparison is understandable. All are classified as fifth-generation fighters. However, their design intentions differ. The American approach focuses on minimizing radar signature as much as possible. The harder an aircraft is to detect, the greater its survivability. The Russian approach is slightly different. Russian planners assume absolute stealth is difficult to maintain in real combat. Radar technology evolves. Infrared sensors improve. Air defense networks become denser. Instead of relying only on invisibility, they emphasize early detection. The concept is straightforward. The aircraft that understands the air situation first holds the greatest advantage. The Su-57 is designed to gather airspace awareness over a wide area before an opponent realizes it is being observed. In other words, the Su-57 functions as an air battle manager as much as a shooter. Russia has operated Su-57 aircraft since the early 2000s. For several years, however, their numbers were limited and their role evaluative. Pilots tested procedures, engineers tested reliability. The military assessed how the aircraft fit into command structure. The latest deliveries mark a transition. The aircraft now delivered represent a more mature production configuration. This means operational units are beginning to incorporate the Su-57 into routine planning. In military terminology, this indicates movement toward full operational capability. This does not mean large numbers, it means defined purpose. The Su-57 is not intended to replace all Russian fighters. Aircraft such as the Su-35, Su-30, and MiG-31 remain the numerical backbone. The Su-57 serves a different function. It acts as an airborne observation and coordination platform. It detects targets at longer range and shares that data with other aircraft. One Su-57 can therefore increase the effectiveness of multiple fourth-generation fighters. This is part of what is often called network-centric operations. Aircraft no longer fight as individuals. They operate as a connected system. In such a structure, the aircraft with the best sensors becomes critical even in small numbers. The Su-57's main advantage is not speed. It is fast, but not the fastest. It is maneuverable, but not uniquely so. Its real advantage is detection capability. The aircraft carries a multi-array radar complex. Instead of a single-nose radar, it uses multiple antennas located in the fuselage and wings. The benefit is coverage. The pilot does not always need to point the aircraft toward a target. Situational awareness expands. Additionally, different radar frequencies are used. Some arrays are intended to detect targets that are difficult for conventional radars. In modern warfare, information often matters more than weapons. The aircraft that understands the battlefield first controls the engagement. The Su-57 also carries an infrared search and track system, IRST. Its function is simple: detect engine heat. Stealth aircraft reduce radar reflection, but they cannot fully eliminate thermal signatures. Using IRST, the Su-57 can monitor targets without transmitting radar signals. This means the opposing aircraft receives no warning. In practice, this allows passive tracking and targeting. Such capability is increasingly important as electronic warfare environments grow more complex. Detection at long range only matters if engagement is possible. The Su-57 is paired with long-range air-to-air missiles. These weapons are not primarily intended for fighter versus fighter duels. They target high-value airborne assets. Examples include airborne early warning aircraft, aerial refueling tankers, and command platforms. In modern operations, these aircraft enable coordination and operational reach. Without them, the effectiveness of air operations declines sharply. Therefore, very long-range engagement capability has strategic significance beyond individual air combat. The Su-57 has been used in a limited capacity in the Ukraine conflict. Its usage differs from conventional frontline fighter operations. It generally operates from safer distances. There are practical reasons. The aircraft is valuable and limited in number. There is also a more important reason: data collection. The conflict involves multiple modern air defense systems. Each mission provides real-world information about radar behavior and missile responses. That information feeds into software updates, tactics, and operational planning. For military development, real combat data cannot be fully replaced by simulation. One direction of development is cooperation with heavy combat drones. The concept is risk distribution. The manned aircraft remains farther from danger. Unmanned aircraft conduct higher risk reconnaissance or penetration missions. The Su-57 functions as controller and data hub. The drone functions as remote sensor and weapon carrier. This model is being explored by multiple countries and reflects broader changes in air warfare concepts. If effective, one manned aircraft may coordinate multiple unmanned platforms simultaneously. Russia is also developing a new engine generation for the aircraft. The objective is not only speed, but efficiency and reduced heat signature. Lower heat emissions reduce infrared detectability. Greater efficiency increases operational range. More important is the design philosophy. The Su-57 is intended as an upgradable platform. Software, sensors, and weapons can evolve without replacing the aircraft entirely. The Su-57 will likely not be produced in extremely large numbers. However, its impact does not depend solely on quantity. If a single aircraft expands detection range, coordinates other fighters, and enables long-range engagement, its influence exceeds its numbers. Modern air warfare increasingly depends on information networks. Aircraft that connect and manage those networks become strategically significant. For this reason, analysts focus less on how many Su-57 aircraft exist and more on how they are used. The Su-57 reflects a broader change in how a fighter aircraft is defined. Previously, a fighter was primarily a direct combat tool. Now it is an information node in the sky. Its purpose is not always to seek engagement. Its purpose is to control the situation. As these concepts develop, close-range aerial encounters may become less common, and the defining role of next-generation fighters may not be firing first, but knowing first. This discussion is not about declaring one side superior to another. It is about understanding how military technology shapes global security. Every advancement in military capability carries two implications: greater defensive capability and greater strategic tension. That is why these topics should be approached calmly and critically. This channel is not created to promote conflict, but to analyze geopolitical and military developments in a rational way. If you have a different perspective, share it in the comments. Constructive discussion is more valuable than agreement. If you found this analysis useful, you can support the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with others interested in military and geopolitical topics. Your support helps the channel continue producing balanced and in-depth content. This video is for educational and analytical purposes only. It does not promote war, violence, or hostility toward any nation or group. All discussion is intended to understand military technology and geopolitical developments objectively. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next discussion.